Special thank you to our sponsor and guest of this special Russ Reels Live, Craig McPherson and CNC Woodcutters. For more information on CNC Woodcutters and their creativity with wood and Craig McPherson's amazing talents, go to cncwoodcutters.com. Ta-da! Welcome to this special episode of Russ Reels Live. I am so excited today to have you all here. I have for the second time a great friend and just really a creative guy. Craig McPherson is going to be on with me today from CNC Woodcutters, and we are going to have a great discussion. You know, the guy is an amazing connector. We met this morning at one of our networking meetings, had a short chat, and he's out in the community. He's doing things. He is just really supporting the community, which is an amazing thing all by itself. So anyway, I just wanted to thank you for being here. Russ Reels Live is usually on Thursdays at 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. But right now, we have this special episode today, and we're going to have another special episode coming up next week on Tuesday at 4 p.m. PDT. So we're so glad that you're here joining us today. I tell you, it's going to be fun, but the best way you can make it fun for everybody is to get the word out there and share this right now. Share. Get it out there. Let everybody know what's going on. And that would be so amazing if you would share this out right now so that other people know what's going on Russ Reels Live on this special episode. You can hit that share button, whether you are watching live or you're watching on replay. Either way, you can still share it out there. So thanks so much for being here today. Appreciate everybody. And also want to tell you, I am all about connection. And the best way to connect with me is at russhedge.com. That's right, russhedge.com. I keep it easy. Keep it simple. I have a simple mind. Want to make it easy for you. russhedge.com is the best way to do it. Also, if you could please subscribe on YouTube and join our YouTube community, that would be amazing. And you can just go to russreels.live. Again, I keep it real simple. russreels.live will get you where you need to be to subscribe on YouTube, take you right to my page. So appreciate that. And if you haven't got your copy yet of my book back behind me there, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, it's a great way to be encouraged to live the life you choose. You know, I always say life happens and then you choose. So I'm keeping it real here today on Russ Reels Live, and I want to tell you, you have a choice in life no matter what's happening. Do not let your circumstances define you. Get out there, forge a beautiful life for yourself by getting out there and taking advantage of all the blessings in our life. So, okay, with that, I think I've pretty much covered it all. We're going to get Craig in the room and get this party started. Here he comes. Hey, Craig.
Hey, Russ.
How's it going, man?
Good. Definitely, we've got some good warm weather for us now, so I'm happy.
I'm telling you, you and me both. I thought spring pretty much forgot us. You know, the flowers are about a month and a half behind, and they're really confused out there. They don't have any idea what to do. So it's been nice to have a little nice weather. So, hey, the people that missed out and didn't tune in last time, give them a little snapshot. Who is Craig, and what are you all about?
So what Craig's about is CNC Woodcutters. It's a venture that I, basically been fostering over the last 30 years and finally took it to market where I left the corporate world and jumped out in the real world and, trying to make things happen. And just like you said, connecting with others, working with the community has been a big part of our success up to this point. We've been in our lease space since September and really continued to see growth on a monthly basis. So that's positive. Still looks like we've got a fairly good economy out there, and it looks like a lot of businesses are re-engaging their clients, and that's a big portion of our business is being able to provide some gifts, promotional style products, more of a local source promotional product, a wood product, a sustainable product. So that's one of our big pushes right now is trying to work with all the local businesses and help them spread the word with a useful item. So
Well, and speaking of that, spoiler alert, if you hang tight, everybody, we're going to show a couple things that Craig has done. I'm trying something new here today, so we're going to make sure it all works good. But anyway, the stuff that you do, Craig, is amazing. But you know what I really like about you as a person is that you just really have. I mean, you got the big smile. You're such a friendly guy. You connect with people well, and that is so important in your business, isn't it? To really get out there and connect with your community, because that's where your customers come from.
yeah, it's definitely a lot of trust. A lot of the things that I'm doing are commission projects, and these are high value products. So people have to have a lot of trust in your ability. It's not that I'm designing it and pushing it off to someone else to manufacture. I basically show you what it's going to look like before you make it. And it's not many people out there really offering this service. So it's sort of a niche market. Like your custom hot rod builder, your guy that paints pinstripe flames. That's sort of my market is, you have that unique want, I can make it.
Well, and that's what, I hear people constantly saying, I just gave Craig the basic idea of what I wanted, and he put this amazing thing together. I think we should jump in and show everybody a couple of the ideas of what you're doing and see. Let's see if this works for you and I. Let's give it a try. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Ah, look at that. There it
So,
is.
so this project here was a commission project by the Corvallis Chamber of Commerce. They came to me with a slab, and they weren't expecting the logo. I sort of added, seeing though I was going to be displayed in their new remodeled building. I thought, well, I'll take it to the next level and really add a lot more pop to it. So I did a epoxy colored pour. I did an inlay. So the inlay frame around the colors of the blue is a walnut, and that is inlaid into a cedar slab. But taking it from rough state, it looked like a banana when they brought it to me. So I had to machine it, down, which affected the overall thickness. So I had to take that into consideration. Once I took some of the thickness out, how do I keep this thing strong? A big guy comes and he leans on the center of it and breaks it. It's only an inch thick. So what I basically did was created a whole structure on the back side of it to stiffen this thing, so it has that longevity and can be used. Somebody's going to change a diaper on it. Simon's probably going to have a party and somebody's dancing on it. So I built it for that. So,
Well,
but yeah,
it looks amazing. As Aaron would say, it's freaking epic. So we're going to move on to the next one and make sure that everybody can see these. There you go. There's the next one.
So now I've got businesses coming to me. They've got that baby boomers, or the guys work there 30, 40 years. And they're turning to me to make these custom gifts. And this is a cribbage board. Basically, it came up with a design, sent me the base deer design, and then I incorporated it into a cribbage board. But the cool thing was he wanted the cards and the pins to stay with the unit. I made on the backside, if you go to the next picture, it basically shows how I made it. So you can see the cards and the pins in the little box. And then if you go to the next image,
there we go.
it basically goes in there. There's magnets in there so your pins don't fall out, because obviously you've got to put the box. So there's a lot of forethought put into I made that box. Did it have magnets in there in the beginning? No. But, it's those kind of little details that you have to capture. Otherwise, it's sort of a pain to use. So if it doesn't hold, the components, you can make a lot of cool things. But if it doesn't function correctly, a lot of people, sort of lose interest after that first go around if it doesn't really function. So you have to be pretty spot on to when you make something like this. There's no one guiding me. It's just, here's an idea. And so I show this in 3-dimensional to my client, get the proof of, approved before I actually make it. And, so yeah, they're very excited with this product, and they'll standardize it. all the guys that
Right.
play cribbage boards will get cribbage boards, but the image may change to their what they're passionate about. So the
Sure.
next guy may be a 57 Chevy that comes in, and we can make that. But this
Yeah.
client had his own wood, and he brought his wood to me, and it was sort of rough cut, and I dialed it in. And
That is so cool. That's so cool. I mean, I've seen so many amazing things that you've done, and then you're always giving away little things at the networking chamber meetings, and love to see that because it gives people an idea, and I think that's brilliant. By the way, people that are willing to that have a giving heart like you, that are willing to give a little, what it does is it creates interest in people, and people start saying, I love this, man, this is amazing. And so and by the way, everybody, just so you know, because I don't want you to forget this information, along the bottom now is ticking Craig's website. So my site and Craig's website, cncwoodcutters.com. You want to go to that for some more information, because you're going to want to be able to connect with him and be able to get him making things for you. It doesn't matter where you are, right, Craig? You can make it
I
and send it to him.
this is from my own experience. Every time I've walked into a winery with a gift, I probably know their wine brewing recipe at the end of the day because they've taken me on a tour. I mean, gifts open so many doors, and if all business owners knew that, that little extra, here's a ruler, right? There's the ruler with your logo on it, and they're going to reuse this and reuse this. It's like the pizza cutter, right? Every time they
Yep.
look at it, that impression is set, and they
Yep.
remember. They say, "Man." But the biggest thing I try to warn my customers is don't go cheap. If you have something that rusts or falls apart or is not useful, that's a bad investment. So
Well,
try to help navigate that and provide that kind of input, because I had a printing business and I did a lot of promotional. I saw a lot of had a lot of experience working with companies trying to reach that right customer. If you're a lumber yard, you probably won't want these little rulers, because the only ones I'm seeing any kind of rulers go out anymore is Home Depot.
yeah.
There's not many
Well,
people really making those impressions.
that's just it. I mean, it is that lasting impression. And also, what you're doing is you're reminding them. So, when people see the heart of the company, anybody can make and sell a product, but not everybody does it with a heart, right? And so, you are actually care about what you're making, you care about what people want, and people see that. And when they're, it's just like I liken it to, if somebody comes out and starts handing you samples of pizza and you're walking in front of the pizza joint, how much more likely are you to walk in there either now or the next time you're by, because they gave you a little pizza,
Yeah.
you had that taste in your mouth? Same thing with the food, and same thing with the wood. It may not be in your mouth, but you got that taste for what you can do, and people start thinking, there's all
It
kinds of things I can
creates
do.
it creates some loyalty. They've
Yeah.
given me something. There's something about giving something that causes a reaction to want to give back. Hey, they
I,
spent the money to make a gift to give to me. That's useful, right? And wow,
yeah.
it's
No,
funny.
that,
I
go
I,
ahead.
I handed out some of those rulers today, and the common response was, how many times I'm looking for a ruler?
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
That's why so many people do this.
right.
Right on this pin, this is a local real estate company, Town and Country Realty, a good friend of mine. So every time I look at this pin, I think of their company and their employees that I know. And so when people do those kind of things, it does create that loyalty, but it also creates that top of mind, right? And people used to talk to me about that. I've always been really good at creating top of mind in the business I'm in. I'm very, as you know, Craig, very community, very community minded, out there doing stuff. People know me, they see me, and they think of my business, whatever I'm doing. And that is something that I think you have been really good, because you kind of hit the community by storm, but you immediately started giving away these little wood trinkets. And I don't mean to
Yeah.
minimize by calling them trinkets, but you started giving away little gifts. And so suddenly everybody was thinking about wood cutting and what they could do. And I can tell you without that, not as many people knock on your door.
I created impressions, right? I made them remember me by giving away stuff. There was, some kind of thought process behind it because it's just basic experience that like I said, I've opened so many doors, not even knowing anybody, and I'll end up meeting the president of the company by having something in my hand. I just worked with Hub Insurance, Alex over there, and
Yeah.
he brought in a tow truck, this huge wooden tow truck, and he's like, "Can you put our logo and can you put all the wording in their logo?" And we sat it up, and he said, "I brought that to that tow company show for insurance, and." You know what? That was a turning point. Once I handed that and they saw that their logo was on it, they warmed up, and he said it turned out really good. So we know it's just knowing that it works,
Yeah.
it's a little,
Yeah.
it takes money to make money and you got to spend a little bit once in a while, but it's a good investment.
Yeah.
Somebody puts that up on their shelf and they look at it every day, that tow truck up there, and man, that's pretty cool.
Well, that's just it because Pete, you have that creative mind, and when you are showing that creativity through the samples of things you're doing, people it stirs their creative juices. They start coming up with things. I could do this or I could do that. When I was a little guy back in the day, I think that I was probably first grade. We had a wood carver down the street. He actually did it with chainsaws. And I don't know how in the world he did it, but I wanted like a Model T car. And he carved me this. It was a whole plaque with the Model T car in there. And he stained it and did all the work for me. And it was so funny because he must have thought I was just a cute little kid because I was a first grader. And when I went down and asked him, and he just made it for me. And I hung on to that. I still have it to this day. In fact, I'd have to dig that out of my attic at this point, but I still have that. But it meant so much to me because he was willing just to give that to me. And, as a small kid, that made such an impression that here I am, 58 years old, almost 59, and I still remember that like it was yesterday.
Well, it's amazing, the things I've made for my grandchildren. I made them a roulette wheel, and every time they show up, they want to play with those kind of toys that Papa made. I made them a dollhouse, and you could give them the best toy, the most technological toy, but they rather go to those handmade items that mean so much to them. Just like your experience, you remember that process of it showing up and what it meant, and it's cool.
Well, and it's interesting because Aaron says this is so true. How many of us guys grew up whittling, right? I grew up, we had 5 acres of woods and everybody around us, forest. So, I mean, I was always out whittling stuff, right? And I was
Oh yeah.
not anywhere close to as creative as you are with wood, but it's fun. And so that, that you start thinking about that, and then you start thinking about the practical uses. So, give everybody you also just tell a little bit more about your company besides doing just creative things and being in the community. You also do some bigger things for larger companies, right?
Yeah, like I said, those retirement gifts are starting to flow in from the Corvallis Fire Department. I do a lot of their plaques and retirement gifts. Hewlett Packard's come to me, so we're starting to gain some momentum. Got some companies that we've been doing some production manufacturing for. A lot of people developing products, so that's definitely good growth that we're seeing. But the other thing is I can sit down with you and your design, go through it, and make sure it's manufacturable. If you're going to set up a store on Etsy or wherever, your Shopify, or I'm working with people like that of developing that product so they can sell it. So even if someone came to me and said, "Hey, I'd like to sell something," I've got products that I would give to people so they could go out and create their own sales, their own sales revenue. They just write me a PO and I make parts. That's all I want to do is make parts. I don't want to really have my own store. I want to help you,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and see, that is so great because, and this is what I want to encourage everybody that's watching. Again, please share this out and please tag your friends and let them know, because even if they don't watch it live, they'll see this later, people, because at a special episode, everybody doesn't always know it's on, because they get used to the regular time. So I'm just encouraging everybody. We got great interaction already here, but just want to tell everybody, get in touch with Craig, reach out to him. You guys can Zoom and go through what you want to see happen, and Craig can help you through the creative process, even if one of you are in Oregon and the other one, like Aaron, is up in Canada. Who cares where you are? You guys can still
I
work together.
I'm working with people all over the United States.
Yeah. So that's great. That's great.
You
Well, hey, listen, what do you want everybody to remember as your little gold nuggets for today? I know that you're a busy guy today, and
know?
I appreciate your time and coming on and sharing with everybody, but I want to give you a moment to give everybody what you want them really to remember about you, about CNC Woodcutters, and then how do they get in touch with you?
You, like I said, if you come up with an idea or you see something you'd like out there, I'm the guy you could come to that could help you go through it or tell you it's a good idea or a bad idea. Um, so that's one thing I'd like to put out there. And once again, always do something you're passionate about. That's words to live by. Don't be stuck in a dead end job. And then to get a hold of me, best way, Google, Facebook, Instagram. It's all under CNC Woodcutters, all at CNC Woodcutters. Be a good way. So reach out and see if I can help you. If I can't, maybe I can steer you in the right way or give you some good advice. So.
There you go. There you go. Well, that information just magically appeared below you. So now everybody, besides it have been ticking most of the show below you, it is also there in the comments, and it's all clickable, everybody. So what I want to remind you is that you could go directly to this, click on it, go straight to Craig and get with him, and he can definitely help you do something fun, do something out of the norm, right? Do
Right.
something for the people that you work with or that you love, something different than the same old thing, right? So get out there today. I encourage you to do that. And I want to do, before I let you go here, I wanted to just do a quick shout out for my friend Aaron, who I brought up because he's got a new show, Soul Man Live. So anybody watching, gonna have to check that out. It's coming up on Friday again. And yeah, amazing guy. Just had a super great chat with David Hanson before I hopped on here. David is an amazing guy. And again, just want to encourage all you guys. There it is, cncwoodcutters.com. Connect with Craig and see what he can do for you. Craig, thanks so much for being here. I'm going to say goodbye, but hang tight in the green room for just a second. We'll chat.
I've got to jump. I got a client
Oh,
standing right here.
well, there you go. We'll say hi to your client and we'll talk soon.
All right, Russ. I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right. Bye bye. Hey, everybody. Wow. Well, listen, thank you so much for being here again today, because this is a special episode. And, I love it when I get opportunities to highlight local businesses because it's so much fun. But I want to remind all you guys, Craig is a great individual to work with, very creative. CNCwoodcutters.com. It doesn't matter where you are, you can reach out to him. Besides, he's just an amazing guy that can be your friend, and who knows where it'll take you from there. So again, my good friend Aaron Gibson, Soul Man Live, coming this Friday. Donald's cheering him on. I appreciate you guys being here today. And again, for those of you that are watching, if you get a chance, share this out, tag your friends, because they can watch us on replay. It stays on there forever and ever, so they can watch this and enjoy and get in touch with Craig, because this is kind of fun. And I want to encourage you all to support your local community. It's great to support each other worldwide, but especially when you get a chance to support your local community, it's really an amazing thing. And I'm just going to show you this really quickly. This again is a couple of things Craig had done, but this is one of my favorites here that he did for the local chamber in Corvallis, Oregon. And yeah, super cool, super cool. So yeah, if you get an idea and you want to do something with Craig, give him a call and he will stir those creative juices. And I think that's about it. But to remind you that we're here on Russ Reels Live every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Next week, we'll have another special episode besides Thursday. We'll also be on Tuesday next week at 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Another amazing guest from a local business. So, yeah, love to have you drop in for that. And I guess that's about it. Until we see you again, have a great day and a great life. Thanks for being here, everybody. All right. Bye bye.